So, Google and I have a rough relationship, but not in a give and take kind of way. More or less, Google spends 9 months being a crude old hag and taking all my money. And right when I'm ready to give up, right when I'm finally ready to suck it up and move on, Google puts on a pretty face, takes me for a night on the town, and tells me stories of how much better the next year is going to be, and how much it appreciates us being together. Then, inevitably, 2 months after that, Google goes back to its old ways, starts sleeping with the hot guy down the street, and the cycle begins. Was that too personal? Yikes. Maybe I do need counseling. Well, screw counseling, because until this YouTube thing works out, I can't afford it. And because I've finally done it. I finally sucked it up and ended this relationship once and for all. This was going to be my Pixel 3 XL review, but now it's a list of the 5 reasons why I returned the thing and got something even better. Number 1, I really don't go out that often. The Google Pixel 3 and hotter cousin, the 3XL, have great cameras. I don't really have to go into this as every other review on the f***ing planet has, but the way the Google processes photos on this thing is absolutely extraordinary. I'm completely with MKBHD on this when he says Apple and Google should team up and make a camera, because it really would be outstanding. But I realized soon after I started using the thing, what am I going to do with the top-of-the-line phone camera? I already have 2 DSLRs, and honestly, I really only take pictures for Snapchat, or to grab some notes off the board when I'm too lazy to write them down in class. This phone is a ton of fun at parties. Everyone loves it and talks to it, and it keeps everything going. But you kind of realize you hate parties and waste half of your night just talking about the camera instead of, enjoying the phone. Number 2, you can dress up a pig. Well, I guess this is more of a you can dress up a college student, but they're still broke as all hell without any work experience. The Pixel 3 XL is a decent looking phone. It's understated but fun, especially in the different colored versions, but it isn't classy. This Pixel 3 XL is a $1,000 phone, but it doesn't catch anyone's eye from across the room, and no one is going to compliment its styling. Oh yeah, and the notch is ugly. I didn't really care about it, but damn, it's ugly. That normally wouldn't be an issue for me, but when paired with number 3, it really takes a toll. Number 3, all that glitters is not gold? Is not Gorilla Glass? So not only does the Pixel 3 XL not look like a $1,000 phone, it doesn't feel like one either. The phone is light, lighter than my Essential phone that is a much smaller device, lighter than my Moto X Pure that was $500 back in the day. Hell, it's just about as light as my original OnePlus One. But at least that phone had that super cool sandstone finish. The Pixel 3 XL honestly just kind of feels like plastic. And that sucks double because it's not even plastic. Google went all in on the glass on this phone, and it doesn't feel good to use. It's too tall, it's too light, and I just don't get a premium feel from it, even though it's priced as a premium device. Number 4, it's what's inside that counts. Really, Google? 4 f***ing gigs of RAM? This wouldn't be an issue except there were multiple reported cases of devices with terrible RAM management. And you have to wonder if all that wouldn't be necessary if they just would have stepped up and threw 6 or 8 gigs in there. Number 5, a pure Android experience. And here's where my biggest issue with this phone comes from. And honestly, I could overlook numbers 1 through 4 if this didn't pop up. But the Pixel 3 XL is a fucking buggy mess. Between the RAM issues and the buzzy front-facing speakers that can be fixed with a simple EQ install, to the camera bug, which no one is talking about, but has a thread of over 100 users trying to fix it themselves on the Pixel forums with no help from Google whatsoever. And I had all 3. The last one is the worst, as I couldn't even use the great camera on the phone if I tried. As any time I tried to use the camera on a third-party app, it would bug out and either hard freeze the phone or black out the camera to the point where it completely disconnected until I restarted the device. 3 attempts to get a replacement later from Google, and the best I got was a request to submit a bug report. With the worst being 5 hours of troubleshooting from a guy in who knows where, until he said, "Sorry, I can't help you." My experience with the Google support team has been horrendous, and I'm not the only one. What's weird is in that thread I mentioned, there are a few users who are getting replacement devices that seem to be working fine, but no one can figure out who is giving them their RMAs, as the rest of us are just stuck waiting for a fix that Google support doesn't want to acknowledge. Luckily, I was on my last day of the return period, and I was able to get out of that $1,000 mess when I could. But I feel sorry for those who are stuck with no solution and no timetables when they'll get a fix. It's a damn shame, as there were so many cool features on the Pixel that I'd love to still have. Google telling you what song was playing on the lock screen, the Pixel Hub functions, which made it a sweet Google Home on my nightstand, the camera, which when working again was super cool to play around with and gorgeous, and the screen. The screen on that thing was f***ing phenomenal. But all's not lost, as I found a replacement so good that I think my Pixel 3 won't be missed at all. But this video's gone on long enough, and I have a lot more to say about my new favorite phone. So you have to guess what I switched to down in the comments and wait for my video this Thursday. Do you have a Pixel 3 or an XL? Have you had any of the problems I've had, or has it been everything Google promised? Let me know below. As always, if you liked the video, please show it some love. If you didn't, hit that dislike button. And if you want to be notified whenever I upload, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Only 400 some to go until we can get an actual production budget on this stuff. So for now, I'm TK, and I'll catch you in the next one.